Privyet. Hello all and welcome to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Uber Eats, or what is otherwise known here in Russia as Yandex Eats. Now, it's quite widely known that Uber did operate here a few years ago. Yandex acquired the Uber operations, all of their operation for cars and for taxis and for food, all got integrated within the Yandex app itself. Now, the Yandex app is good and not so good in some areas. Most of the user interface is in English, which is very good, but parts of it still are in the Russian language and they don't have an English option on there, especially when it comes to today's topic of the video, which is food, ordering food. How do we do it? In this video, we're going to show you. So there aren't many, there are some apps, but when you come here, what you'll find is regionally on your phone, if it's not set up to Russia, if it's say the UK, the US, some other places, it won't give you access to absolutely everything that is here in Russia. But to be honest, the most common one and the easiest one is the Yandex Eats app, or the Yandex app in general, but Yandex Eats is a part of that. And I'll tell you about some little tricks as well a bit later on in terms of how you can actually save quite a lot of money on both your taxi rides and your Yandex Eats and Yandex Latva order as well. Let me guide you through this then, and we'll take things from there. So the first thing that you've got to do is download the Yandex app. So if you're in Russia or come into Russia, it's something that you definitely need when you're here. It is available in all of the international app stores. So wherever you are in the world, you will find this Yandex. It's actually called Yandex Go now, and you'll find this app available in your region. You won't be able to set it up yet unless you have a Russian bank card to actually work when you're here. But you can have it set up to cash, so that will be cash on delivery, or with the taxi rides, cash directly to the driver. When you have the local MIR debit card, you can then link that up to the app for all of your orders. And going one step further, and again, something I'd highly recommend, is that you get a Yandex Pay card, and doing that, it will give you 15% cash back in plus points, and also 10% cash back on all of your Eats orders and all of your Latva orders. So basically anything you buy through Yandex, it will give you this cash back as plus points. You will need to sign up to Yandex Plus. It's about 399 rubles a month, which is the equivalent of about £3 or about somewhere between $4 and $5 US a month. But it's well worth it, and you definitely get back more than you pay out in terms of benefits and cash back and everything as well. So let me talk you through what we need to do then, because it took me a bit of time as well when I moved here to actually find out what to do in this department. And I probably lost so much weight initially because I'm like, how do I order food when I'm here, especially if I'm on my own at all? So what you do, you open up the Yandex app, and there's a few options in there. So you're going to see your taxis, delivery, car, and food. So for what we're discussing today, it's all about the food area, the Yandex Eats section. So you click onto food, and within that you can get your groceries, your restaurants, pharmacy, flowers, quite a lot of different areas. For now, let's just talk about the food delivery side of things. So let's click onto restaurants, and you'll see here obviously a selection of the different restaurants that are available to purchase. So I've got in my local address here, it's come up with 150 restaurants that it's found available to deliver to me. But I will just click onto a good sushi place I know of, and there's a few sort of like things I ordered in the past, but let me just go onto the menu to show you, because as you can see, all of the menu items here are actually in the Russian language. So I haven't got a clue. There are pictures there. They look quite delicious, but how do I actually know what is in them? So what I do is you take a screenshot of whatever page you're on, and then you want to open an app called Yandex Translate. So again, you download this from the App Store. It's available on all the app stores around the world. And then there's a little picture icon within there. So you select the picture icon, click that, and then now what it does is it automatically translates all of the Russian words within a picture, an image file, into English. So you can establish then what each item is, and you can obviously go ahead and order what you would like to eat. You then follow that through right to the end, and then pay for the order. And like I say, you can use the local MII cards, or I highly recommend getting one of the Yandex Pay cards. Easy to do. You just basically sign up within the app itself. You click the 3 lines top left hand corner at the home, on the home screen of Yandex. There'll be a little option saying pay card. You click that, sign up, link it to your bank card. You put a maximum of 7,000 rubles on per transaction. The cards would hold a maximum of 15,000 rubles at any one time if you're a foreigner. For citizens of Russia, you can have a lot more. You've got to do validations with your passport, things like that, but you can't have that. Yandex don't allow it at the moment for foreigners. So you can have up to the 15K on the card, and then you can just top it up as and when you need to. But that should last you a few days of various trips and ordering and things like that. The other to draw your attention to here is Lavka. Yandex Lavka is basically, I'm trying to think of what the equivalent is. I think in the UK, you've got maybe Deliveroo or Just Eat, for example, or even Uber Eats, where you've got grocery stores on there and you can search for sort of grocery items on there. This is basically what Lavka does. Instead of from a fast food place or a restaurant type food, it's more sort of grocery food. But Lavka there's a warehouse or several warehouses within the city that you're in, and they take the items from a Lavka warehouse. There is an option as well for grocery stores on here, but Lavka is like the most common one to actually get those grocery products quickly and most efficiently. There are the couple of options you'll need on there. As I said, there's a few other areas of the app, medical, pharmacies, all that kind of stuff. And then there's also a Yandex Market, which is like Amazon. Over here, we have a few like that. We've got Ozone, Wild Berries, for example. We'll probably do another video on that later on, but specifically talking about this app and the functionality in terms of actually getting food delivered. That's basically how I've learned to do it. And a lot of people don't know that on your phone, when you're using an app, the way to translate it is basically taking an image, going on to the translate app. There's probably a few apps that do this for the translation. Yandex is the most commonly one used here in Russia, and it's all linked and compatible with each other. So I highly recommend downloading that, but you shouldn't have any issues. But that's it for this video. Let me know if you got any comments or any questions in the comments section below. I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you could turn on bell notifications, it would ensure you don't miss any content as and when we upload a new video. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon.